And an insta-pass. Oh yeah, definitely Team Genesis getting themselves a small advantage here. They got a Monkey King, they got an Anti-Mage, which are both insanely good against this particular draft. Timbersaw is going to be the hardest target to kill if you get to stun him up. Then keep him in a Monkey King ultimate. Timbersaw could just be falling apart, especially with the Monkey King Desolator build or the Diffu Blade, because with Diffu Blade you can keep him in that ultimate for quite a long while. And then once he starts dying a couple of times, he loses his Bloodstone charges, can't regen through it anymore, can't hold on through whatever you throw at him. Kind of what Timbersaw is supposed to do in most of these drafts. Pause after pause coming in here. That's fine by me, I guess. Okay, looks like we're finally good to go. So in terms of wards, the Radiant are off to a good start. Putting one in the mid lane here, pretty aggressive one at that, which could enable Monkey King to hit some of those long range boundless strikes. The Dire going with a defensive ward right next to it. And Monkey King, that's one of his strengths. He can snipe Puck with boundless strikes, provided he has the vision.
The battle
Happy
begins.
Feet just running into the Radiant jungle like they own the place. We'll get a rune there, meanwhile in the top lane. Phoenix Jolly tried to do the same to the Timbersaw, but Timbersaw was fast there. Fissure a tiny bit off timing. And there's a ward over here. Make things a bit easier against Rappy.
Tis not for thee.
Lily going to play the suddenly popular mid lane anti-mage, which with the mana burn it actually works out, because experience all of a sudden means more right click damage against heroes. So you kinda mitigate a lot of that slow start, which makes anti-mage such a pain to work with. But against Mirana, you could fall really far behind and last early on. And now we got a fight going on here with setup arrow, but I'm guessing it's fine for supports to just take a bit of damage as long as Lily gets to get off to a good start here. Which is going to enable him to jump at people, dish out crap tons of damage and kill off the Mirana really easily. See, this is what I mean. You just hit pretty hard, and well, the more experience you get, the harder you hit. Which makes Anti-Mage really suitable for that mid lane position, albeit a bit unusual. On the off lane we got a Puck, and Mirana just dropped to Anti-Mage, just right click down there. Freaking mana burn. Saw the opportunity to blink forward, go for a kill and took it. Which is going to get that Ring of Health online earlier. Monkey King off to a great start also. Just being better at generally controlling the one-on-one lane than the Timbersaw. I mean, Timbersaw He's usually one of those 1v1 powerhouses, but he can't do much against the hero, which is just going to hit him thrice and then continue laning with a ton of additional damage and lifesteal to sustain. Since you're supposed to phase tank, you're supposed to be immortal. Monkey King doesn't care if you're immortal, he gets lifesteal from hitting you, which just makes him nearly as immortal. Might be a good target to nuke down. And now in the mid lane, Oko getting taken low health again, forced to use the Salve.
Denied.
Lily just up to pretty much a perfect start on his anti-mage. On the top lane, Neeks goes down. Went a bit too close to the Monkey King, who's just going to get free Jingu stacks all throughout this game of the Timbersaw. Team Happy Feet, I think their plan is just to hold on, wait till Timbersaw can nuke people, wait till Mirana can nuke people, and then initiate a couple of really aggressive team fights. Puck getting a kill on the Earthshaker now. Juicy return kill at that, but your Mirana is still losing the mid lane devastatingly hard. Also, if I'm not mistaken, then Thai is the wrong pronoun in evil Shakespearean English.
Denied.
Anti-mage, please get your shit straight. It would be Thai self, if I'm not mistaken. I might be. If it would be the Mirana. Or the self in this case. Okay, so anti-mage, get your shit straight. Meanwhile, Genesis are pulling pretty far ahead just because of how much lane pressure they can put on. And Lily continuing to do exactly that against Oko here.
No.
Puck is sitting at a pretty good spot now, laning against the Monkey King, which is a bit of a counter to the Puck, because Puck's kind of weak to big physical nuke damage, but you want to shut down the Timbersaw, you want to prevent Timbersaw from getting farmed, so the lane rotation here, just to make sure, instead of giving Monkey King a good lane, you prevent your opponent's Timbersaw from farming, which is way more important. Timbersaw can turn around teamfights early on, which Puck might be able to initiate them, but for that you need mostly experience. Gold only makes your chances of surviving after the initiation higher.
Yes.
Mirana just trying to get the double Starstorm. Slim chance, but you gotta take what you can get. And there's already a big stack sitting at that ancient camp, waiting for Lily. At least I think Lily is going to farm it. I mean, can take stacks too, and thanks Dota. Dota doesn't like zooming in and out in the caster's perspective nowadays. Certain animations. Puck initiating on the Earthshaker here. Next Jolly taking a ton of damage, trying to save himself with an emergency fissure, just trying to lock down Puck on the tower. And now Sandkey comes in who can do that a little bit better, but the tower is focused on creeps instead, so Puck just going to get away. Meanwhile, Kuroko goes down on the mid lane and Gago. I don't think this guy's having fun, which honestly, Mirana against Anti-Mage, you didn't expect that, and it really does ruin your day. Puck goes down now, getting sniped off by a clean fissure there. So yeah, altogether Genesis winning 2 lanes out of 3. And that is not very noticeable in their gold net. Meanwhile, the Timbersaw, if we look at him, he isn't too well fed. He would love to have a soul ring around the 8 to 9 minute mark, which of course you can't always get. But against such a hard draft, it is what you need to make sure your GPM is in a position where you can turn the game around suddenly. So it's honestly up to Puck to kind of do most of the heavy lifting throughout the early game, the end of the laning stage, that kind of timing. Because otherwise, you're just going to get ran over, and I think that Genesis know that really, or that Happy Feet know that really well. As Genesis, they're just continuing pushing their GPM, getting anti-mage a good battle fury timing here. If this anti-mage doesn't go down before his battle fury gets finished, then he might all of a sudden become a really, really dangerous hero without having that kind of stage where you fall off and your entire team is put up in a 4v5 fight, because then with the battle fury, anti-mage can start split pushing, can start putting some pressure on lanes to actually start mattering and helping out his team. Meanwhile, Lich on the mid lane, almost going to go down, lives with freaking 8 HP. And Lily comes back to the mid lane, picks up more farm, just keeping that GPM going. Happy Feet, I mean, you don't really want to rotate the Mirana out of the mid lane, because which hero do you have which matches up better against an anti-mage? Anti-mage, he isn't a strong laner. He's just good against heroes who rely on, you know, magical damage to dominate their lane. Everything that uses a lot of mana and pokes a lot with magical damage is going to have a bad time against him. Meanwhile, really brave plays from the Monkey King, but he's able to get out. Just running through 3 people in lane, getting away to tell the tale. The astonishing part about it is there isn't any vision, and now all of a sudden Puck with the Dream Coil catches out 2 people here. Monkey King going to be chopped down and trying to get away, will finally get finished off. A nice high value return kill there for Happy Feet. Definitely worth permitting 4 heroes too, especially if they can get the Sand King too. Sand King on the run out of there, but goes on down. So now it's kind of up to Lily to maintain his good GPM. I'm going to switch over to Network here so you can see how far he is ahead. That's quite a bit.
Denied.
So if Happy Feet repeat what they just did to the Monkey King, but this time around on the anti-mage, maybe even commit all 5 heroes, because why the hell not? I mean, there's not like you got much to lose against an anti-mage who can get fed, except if you get turned around on, but that's going to take a while. Killing off Lily before that and then just cutting your losses might just be the right call here. Instead we're going to see a smoke gank from Team Genesis now out on the bottom lane. Rappy is going to be the target.
Middle tower is under attack.
With the burrow strikes, the Jingus are now online. Rappy taking a ton of damage to the Lich ultimate. Not quite bouncing the way it's supposed to be. Rappy might be able to get out of there actually. Puck now as well. Going to live for the time being, and look at that stun all of a sudden. Instead, it's going to get turned around on Kuroko. He just gives the penis chat thingy there. I like the banter here. I hope the teams don't take it too seriously, but that was a really nice turnaround. All of a sudden 4 people being stunned and the turnaround damage just being there. The perfection of Happy Feet. Managing to keep everybody going with very low health, and then all of those low health heroes who you consider are out of the fight completely aren't going to come back in. Well, they changed their mind about that. Anti-Mage with double damage rune coming in, trying to kill off the Puck, not quite succeeded yet. Puck, such an elusive hero, especially with the Mirana ultimate. Now just going to solve up, Anti-Mage decides to get on out of there. Lily still going to maintain that great Battle Fury timing, but does have to approach things a little more carefully now. Burrow Strike on the Puck. Without the mana, but they can't just go for a kill there, so despite the double damage rune really improving Anti-Mage's DPS.
Tis mine.
Excellent.
So Lily just going to continue to farm for a while. Pretty much the Anti-Mage fight dynamics. Meanwhile, Rappy on the Timbersaw actually got a Soul Ring. Is about to get his Bloodstone in a couple of minutes. If he doesn't go for the Hood of Defiance build instead. Which against this draft you don't really need the 2 biggest, scariest. Well, maybe against the Lich ultimate plus Earthshake combo. Once those things start bouncing in a somewhat acceptable manner, things could get really screwed up. But talk about screwed up, the Monkey King. Getting hit with a really nice setup from Jules there.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Death and good are linked.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yes.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Top tier 2 getting pushed in, putting on the tower pressure while your team is still ahead of the Anti-Mage, while that big dangerous core hero isn't online yet. And top tower getting pushed in now. Monkey King coming in to turn things around, and in comes the Echo Slam on 2. Boom, that's a double kill for Phoenix Jolly there, getting the fissure with the upchuck to connect on 2 heroes. Meanwhile, Lily comes on in, grabs another quick kill. And looks like Success is just going to get out on the back lines. All of a sudden, Happy Feet, who thought, okay, we're safe here, get turned around on. And now Lily is at that stage where he can just play Red Dota, push out every lane a bit, get a really good GPM flowing. Which honestly is going to make him really hard to shut down, because an Anti-Mage who needs to get a Battle Fury can only farm a limited amount of objectives, can only farm a limited amount of things. You know he's either in one of the lanes or he is at... Oh, look at that, Anti-Mage! Guess somebody overestimated his tankiness there. That 50% block chance against Priest makes things so annoying, because against heroes you're used to, okay, I can take like a bazillion hits, I'm good. Then you go on and farm Ancients, and all of a sudden you realize, hey, why am I taking so much damage, which I'm not taking from heroes, and then you realize, oh crap, yeah, shield. It's one of those things you kind of get used to, especially if you're laning a lot. Assassin now. Trying to go on a Lich, but with detection it might be a bit too hot for him. Lich getting a D-ward out of there as well. And the thing is, not that the detection itself is scary, but if somebody puts down detection, that usually means he has teammates nearby, he is Okay, looks like Lily might be in a bit of trouble. Turns around for now, just out top damage, follow-up stun. And another one, down Lily goes again. Happy Feet, now that they found the Anti-Mage, they're going to kill him off, and just get themselves insanely well fed. Puck, super low health, gets sniped off there by the Monkey King. It's one of the fun things you can do to counter the Puck with the Monkey King. And honestly, I'm wondering, because mid lane anti-mage is great against Mirana, but Monkey King is even better than the mid lane, like even better compared to the mid lane Puck. So I think Happy Feet still made the right call by laning the Mirana against an anti-mage here. Mid lane was lost no matter which of the two options you went for, and now you can turn things around a bit by team fighting. Jules just gets sniped down.
This'll come in handy.
And the kills are now at a super close point. Same can be said about the gold total for each team. Timbersaw just going to buy his Bloodstone in a couple of minutes, skipping that whole Hood of Divines thingy. And Mirana just got killed off there as well. Got found by Phoenix, Jolly, stun locked up. Monkey King comes in for the damage, and what can you do? But this is just a game of whoever gets found dies, and the teams are trying to find the right hero to kill. Puck would be one of those. However, oh, look at that, another stun coming in and enabling the kill despite Puck usually being able to get out of a sticky situation like that one. Sometimes you just chain things up really well once the first stun of a combo misses. Now, Timbersaw is caught out as well, no mana to work with. Means he's going to get dunked by Lily, who needs to recover a bit, but not quite as much. Top tier 2 tower now denied, meaning Happy Feet, they do have a lot of space to roam on this map, but the Timbersaw's Bloodstone being delayed is just as huge as the battle here on the anti-mage. Meanwhile, Mirana got the Maelstrom online after a lost mid lane, now recovering in GPM, and once you get that Maelstrom, you can farm way faster.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Just going to slip it out the top tier 1 tower. Puck comes on in to just deal a bit of poke damage. And look at this anti-mage just tanking the tower, saying I'm tanky as all hell, especially with the frost armor. And I mean, your health total isn't what you gotta worry about. It's mostly the possibility of being stun locked up, and then a 5-second Mirana arrow coming through. Even with 4 points in the spell shield, Starstorm is still going to be a pain. Also, Lich showed himself around the top lane there, thought that Anti-Mage was the only one stuck around. Meanwhile, the Anti-Mage on the bottom lane, looking to go for another kill or two. Jesse Bash does seem tempting, but there's the Sacred Arrow. At least temporarily stopping Lillian's tracks. Jesse Vash will be able to get out. Can Kuroko say the same though? In goes the Fissure. Deep is there under the shrine, still not enough damage, and now Lily is finally going to lay on off.
The prize is mine.
Back to farming it is. After having one bad run with an engine stack, Lily not quite too eager to repeat that fun little experience. Once you get an ultimate orb, you should be tanky enough to handle a 3-stack. Well, I think you can handle a 3-stack now. Maybe. Put one more point in the mana burn, you should be able to. Because like I said before, mana burn is just a physical damage bonus to your attack. Oh wait, we got a team fight here, Lily being silenced up, getting chopped down. The Monkey King ultimate is committed for a ton of damage, and Rappy is going to be the exchange kill here. Trading an anti-mage for Timbersaw could be a worse deal. Meanwhile, the Epicenter just kind of being cancelled out by the Nyx Assassin. Timbersaw going to go down there, and now the next target going to be that Nyx Assassin, but Jules still going at it, finally gets sniped down. Set up for Kuroko to dish out a ton of nuke damage. The Monkey is going to go down. Sentry's still alive in the backlines there. DCRE now getting killed off as well by Kuroko.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
at a 3-for-2 fight. Timbersaw, he died, pretty much came back into the fight instantaneously thanks to the Bloodstone, which was purchased just before the fight. So now Team Happy Feet, they are able to pressure objectives a little bit more, make sure Anti-Mage doesn't get all the time he needs to come back into this game in a significant manner. It shouldn't take Lily that much longer till he can really fight. But every kill you get on the Anti-Mage saves you like 2 or 3 minutes of him having to farm longer. If Anti-Mage had 0 deaths at this point, just for comparison, you'd probably have a Manta style done and the Skull Basher if you are going for the Skull Basher build at least. Since it's not the gold you're missing, it's the time to farm. You don't care as a hero with a Battle Fury if you lose, let's say, 500 gold because you die. You care about the whole 2 minutes or 1 minute or even just 40 seconds it takes you until you respawn and until you're able to walk back into the jungle and continue hitting feet. Which honestly is one of the... Okay, Mirana just getting straight up executed there. Genesis finding a really juicy kill. And Puck comes on in, but just to bully a bit. Not really going for anything major there. Jules now a nice juicy objective, especially if you can keep him stun locked up. And in comes the Epicenter, just going to deliver all the damage. Not actually with the spiked carpet. That's going to be Phoenix Joy. That's going to be Phoenix Joy to that kill. Now the Sand King. Getting chopped down there by the Timbersaw Pain Train. Phoenix Joy still manning up. There's the Echo Slam. And Chant Totem to finish up the Rubik. Rappy running for his life, but will not succeed in getting away. As Monkey King, he went for the Desolator build. One of the 2 items you can get to really itemize against Timbersaw. Second item you can build to itemize against Timbersaw is now coming in as well. The Diffusal Blade. Which means if you get a stun on Timbersaw, then the Monkey King ultimate, he won't have mana to get away out of that ultimate. You can slow him up. He has to walk through all of those dumb little stone monkeys who will all hit him in the face once or twice, just for good measures. Which means even with the Bloodstone, he won't be able to regen through the Monkey King ultimate. And that's just a world of hurt. Of course, a 4-step can save him easily. It's not like it's a completely overpowered combo. Goes down again, but this time around, the initiation's down. The Monkey King. Monkey King's getting nuked down by a ton of magical damage. And Phoenix Jolly's going to get caught next. Veil of Discord on the Puck, so this magical damage really just going to pull so much weight. Kuroko with the Maelstrom instead of the Diffublade now all of a sudden makes a lot more sense, because if you have a Puck to set things up for you by Veil of Discording somebody up, and after the Veil just, you know, committing the Dream Coil to allow Mirage to get in a ton of hits, have that Lightning Bounce, that Amplified Lightning, it's a lot of damage, which the Diffusal Blade might be able to also deliver on a single target. But Happy Feet, they are not really optimized for single target man fights. I mean, none of their heroes can man fight either the Monkey King or the Anti-Mage in a one-on-one. You might be able to get away, especially as Mirana could also turn around if you either have your opponent at a very mediocre health total, like let's say half health Monkey King is easy food for the Mirana, just a full health one isn't. That's a bit of the issue. Over on the Timbersaw, Hood of Divines, there it is. Not really that big of a deal this game compared to some others, because although there is a ton of magical damage, it doesn't scale that well. Main reason to have, you know, a good deal of magic resistance here is that it's kinda you getting out. It's not about you winning teamfights because your health is so much more effective, like it would be on, let's say, a Doom. Or let's say a Phantom Assassin, or whatever other semi-core hero you want to have built a Hood of Defiance. Because for Timbersaw, it's all about being able to jump in and out of fights kind of like an assassin character in most types of MOBAs. Which honestly is the boring and most overhyped concept. And yes, I know Puck is exactly that type of hero. Same for Timbersaw. Dota does have them too, but they are not fun to be played that way, if you ask me. Anti-mage getting killed off there by 4. Does have the Manta style in line. Now going for a BKB to just make sure you're in fighting shape pretty soon. Happy Feet continuing to put down that objective pressure, which is what so far is giving them a really good, decent net worth lead here. And it looks like Roche is going to be the next target. Do they even have enough damage to go for a decently paced Roche? Well, not really going to be the fastest of all Roshan kills. Doing everything they can. And now with the Veil of Discord, I mean the damage is kind of decent. Still the only reason they can get away with this. Oh, look at that Sand King now being caught. Kuroko has an Aegis, however in comes the Earthshaker with the Echo Slam turnaround, the Lich ultimate bouncing. Not quite bouncing the way it's supposed to though, with the entrance there, and Happy Feet will win the fight, just losing a puck in the process. Those entrants really kind of denied the triple kill for Team Genesis.
Dire's bottom tower is falling.
3 going down, and now Happy Feet, if they can get a tier 3 tower here, they have successfully kind of won the game against the Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage at this stage of the game, kind of split pusher. Not quite as good as Nature's Prophet because he lacks tower damage, unlike Nature's Prophet and the like. So he's just going to clear waves while Team Genesis are trying to hold onto their base. Hell, they might even be able to commit a Monkey King ultimate here just to create some more space. Or that, I guess that works too, with BKB keeping you alive and a nice juicy kill to start the fight here on the Rubik. Lily now coming in, looking to kill off Rappy, it seems, but Rappy, unless he's locked down, he's just going to get out of there. Timber Chain, really powerful escape tool. Not if you're stun locked up though, and another stun in from the Sand King. Darly just straight up executing the Timbersaw. Did he have Pocket Suicide on cooldown? Yeah, he did. So that timing was actually pretty tight.
Swifter than ever. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Now Genesis trying to get the lead back in this game. I mean, there are 2 really BP, really well-fed carries. It's just that those carries kind of get isolated by Happy Feet's extremely tactical, strategical approach to these team fights. And yes, I know there's a difference between tactics and strategy, not just using those words interchangeably. But Happy Feet got both. They got the strategy where they say, okay, what do we need to do? We need to focus down objectives, get 3 tower in time to shut down our opponent's farm. Monkey coming in again with BKB ultimate combo. And this time around it's going to be Timbersaw entering a world third here. Epicenter committed, everything committed, but Rappy will manage to get out. Just a very, very low health. So Genesis, they will lose that tier 3 tower. Would love to get a kill out of that in return. The Rubik could potentially be the one, but look at Anti-Mage being stun locked up, and there we go. Another kill on Lily, the Lich ultimate just bouncing across mostly creeps. So Happy Feet, they can continue to push. The Monkey King ultimate is down. Everything he got to shut out Timbersaw from just face tanking stuff has been committed, and we got a puck. We got a pause here from the puck. Order food. I mean, I can't even be mad for that one. Because takeout and ordering is freaking great when you're making a career using Dota. You don't have time to really go and eat out. You don't really have time to cook either. Especially when you have a busy day full of tournaments. The only issue is that now I'm really hungry. Kinda overslept, so I didn't have time to make myself a nice breakfast or something. But yeah, the game is close as ever just because of the anti-mage, but anti-mage being dead for 55 seconds means a Monkey King against Mirana, which is kind of an even carry matchup. The Mirana still has Aegis, so happy feet for at least 55 seconds. They can put on the pressure on all of those objectives. Try to get done as much as they can here. And potentially enough to close out the game shortly after. Because you don't have much longer. By 6k gold lead, you do not have much longer. Do we have any cool poses here for me to make a couple more screenshots? Okay, and we got the Go coming out.
I should thank you.
Monkey King getting initiated on perfectly there. Happy Feet just going to disengage. They can now kill off a couple of shrines if they just want fast gold. Mirana almost got the Mjolnir. With the Link Sphere, you're tanky enough. Great against the anti-mage as well. I mean, the Link Sphere ends up breaking a Lich ultimate. Frost Blast as well. I'm not sure if it breaks both or only the one. Can I check that? Because the Lich's Frost Blast, it does go through two layers of refraction charges, so it wouldn't surprise me if you still take some of the damage, meaning it connected, so you're still slowed up through a Lincoln Sphere. But if that's not the case, then Kuroko is just going to have an easy time. Because I don't know if the main damage is going to be completely negated, if it still counts for follow-up damage being present. Meanwhile, Jules getting executed there by Lily. Oh, look at the setup on Lily. Only going to take a ton of damage, I guess. But a really big amount at that. And Kuroko just showing, I am the alpha now, try and stop me. I am become death. Bringer of AoE lightnings. Devourer of enemy carries. And I mean, it's fun to be the alpha carry. It's why so many people love to play core, that people like me are forced to play support every single game they queue. Since you don't play carry for playing it like this Monkey King is now. Despite him doing really well, which is mostly due to the really focused itemization, prioritizing his job, knows, okay, what do I have to do? And it looks like Kuroko just got dropped. I don't know how. Don't know how he got caught there. But he did, and that's all that matters, because now Genesis getting a little bit of extra time to let their anti-mage do anti-mage things. Get fed. Push lanes, and look at this. He has a freaking Vanguard instead of the Skull Basher. I mean, if you come into a Vanguard at this stage, you gotta make it an Abyssal Blade. Otherwise, it's just such a big waste of money, but Okay. Genesis kind of struggling with a good initiation here. Instead, they kind of commit a couple of valuable resources, such as the Monkey King BKB. Everybody will just teleport out, meaning that Mirana Dev hasn't really done a lot except for giving Lily a ton of gold to work with. Of course, once you get this gold basher, you can 1v1 the Mirana if your team only gives you an isolated setup, which Monkey King is pretty good at. So I'm guessing that that is the game plan for Genesis here. If not the Skull Basher, then like if you've got to go for it, I think. If you don't go towards the Abyssal Blade soon, that Vanguard is just going to be a waste of money you could have spent on a Butterfly, an MKB, or a Heart of Tarask. All those three items are kind of godly here. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Skull Basher is great because it makes you an anti-carry. It makes you exponentially stronger against any carry you're facing. Earth Spirit or Earth Shaker, I mean, just getting executed there, and Mirana ultimate committed. To allow Heavy Feet to roam around, try and decide what to do next. It looks like the top tier 3 tower is going to be the next target.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Out of my way!
Okay, there's the Monkey King ultimate once again. Timbersaw once again entering that world of hurt, and he's going to go down, meaning Happy Feet are now forced to just back off. Timbersaw losing some Bloodstone charges. Mirana might be very fat, but does need a good frontliner to kind of make sure you're not going to get locked down and killed off. Monkey King off that kill, going to complete his Diffuse Blade, making it more effective against Timbersaw. And honestly, this kind of reminds me of a... Oh wait, look at that. Lily, man, fighting it up now. Managed to get out of there as the rest of the team is going to come on in. No catch will connect for now though. And he says accidentally body blocking Kuroko, setting up for an Echo Slam and follow a Burst Strike while Lily delivers the damage. Neeks Assassin would have just gone down if it weren't for the puck coming in. Will still go down despite the puck coming in, as Sand King isn't really afraid of small little fairy dragons this stage. And Anti-Mage, he inevitably is able to outcarry. It's just a rule of thumb. The only few heroes against which that rule doesn't apply, stuff like Legion Commander scales infinitely. And depending on the patch, any hero who can scale better than the Anti-Mage, but those are hardly any usually. Morphling used to be pretty decent against Anti-Mage when it came to the super late game. Of course you need mana. Of course Morph has a really hard mid game against Anti-Mage. But even if you got your Morphing counterpicked by the AM, you were never too worried because you had the insane late game. But that's no longer really the case. As first of all Morphing, I mean, is weak as crap. Meanwhile, the Monkey King ultimate here just to zone, and Jesse Vash steals the Monkey King ultimate. Got a freaking Rubik army here, but it's not going to hit anyone, despite being all flashy and everything. And another pause. Oh, lagging, okay. I thought he needed a soft drink to go with his ordered food. Would have been a good reason, as good as any at least. And the current state of Dota. I mean, the same thing we're getting on stream every now and then, where fancy animation causes Dota to hang. Same happens to the players too. Most of them don't have as good of a PC as I have. Well, as optimized for casting, it's not even that good. Oh, Roche. Getting right clicked down by the Mirana here, who is just not going to go for the Diffuse Blade. going for the butterfly instead to make you able to man fight anti-mage a bit better. Honestly, it just depends on the amount of bash the anti-mage gets. So by reducing the amount of hits anti-mage is able to get in, you also increase the chance of being stunned up by 30%, which means you're 30% more likely to get away. And yeah, these players are struggling. I can understand that. It happens to me during the stream where we got 2 or 3 seconds of frozen screen. And I wish I could buy one of those super fancy gaming rigs just to see what stuff lags. Anti-mage getting stunned up, but okay, there we go. Lily just going to look to kill off a couple of people here. Will kill off Jules. However, Kuroko still really dangerous. Even anti-mage doesn't want to fight Mirana with Aegis. Fury going down to just bash there. And anti-mage, he might be strong, but is he going to be strong enough? Timbersaw getting stunned up in the Monkey King ultimate isn't going to be killing him up fast enough though this time around, because all of the supports on the side of Genesis who are able to provide the follow-up to keep Timbersaw in the Monkey King ultimate, to make the Monkey King ultimate such an effective tool, are dead. And Rappy seems to be the next target. Hardly any mana regen to work with. I mean, 38 is still a big bunch, but not against anti-mage. Against anti-mage, 60 would be good. Which I know sounds really ambitious and hard to get, but let's do some math here. 12 more, 25, that's doable. 25 more Bloodstone stacks. Or just another int item on the Timbersaw, which is also very realistic to happen. Kuroko, meanwhile, he secured 1 lane of Rax, so doesn't really try to go for more here. Meanwhile, Lily catches out Jules all the way down to the bottom lane. Gem is going to hit the deck. Kuroko and anti-mage just ignoring each other for a second or two there, as AM now has a hard thrust. Patiently waits for the arrow to fly by. Just like traffic. Oh, okay, there it comes. Let me just wait here. Now it's past, I can cross the street. It's so nice how, I don't know, I think it's kind of nice that arrows and stuff can get sidestepped instantaneously now in every single case. I just think that Patch needs to be nerfed to account for it, or buffed to account for it. Because Mirana got buffed maybe a bit too much. Now that Arrow is slow, and in general, she's one of the best heroes in the game due to insane agility gain, insane DPS output. Whereas a hero like Patch, what does he really have? He's a good disabler, but to disable people you need to land your hook, and then your ultimate is worse than the Mirana arrow. So why would people pick you? That's kind of the deal with Patch. It's not like I don't like the hero, on the contrary, I love him. Just feel like he needs some kind of rework to be relevant, kind of like Necrophos. Meanwhile, Mirana getting stunned up here, getting follow-up stunned up here, going to lose the Aegis at least. Lily with the BKB now preparing to man fight up. That was a pretty anticlimactic Echo Slam there, but still 66 going to go down. Jules is next. Phoenix Jolly going to go down. Monkey King trying to get out of there. Getting chased by the Rubik now. Lily on the anti-mage will get away, but isn't able to man fight, and this might be GG. Monkey has buyback. I'm going to show buyback status here because it's going to matter at this stage.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, and anti-mage being set up on. No follow-up stun to enable the ultra long range arrow from hitting. Monkey King buyback forced. Without the ultimate, he's not that good of a defender though. Really bad when it comes to 1v1ing and picking off people. But might have set something up for Lily there. Lily, however, being coiled up. There's the follow-up, and even more follow-up, and Lily goes down without even a chance to blink away. Doesn't have buyback. Monkey King is going to follow, and Sand King against Mirana alone would be an unfair matchup. Or shake it back as well. Soon Lich is going to come back, but I think it's GG just because of the buyback from Monkey King being used there. Kinda need both carries to make things work. Anti-mage super strong. He always outscales, but not if Mirana is this well fed. This insane, ridiculous raid boss. Good game being called then. It's only game number 1 of a 2-game series. Recently in this meta the games start going a bit